because, especially during these hard times and the very difficult times, there's so much. There's so much going on in this world. But the one thing that I can say is we do have the Mary Kay Sisterly Love, and we have the Mary Kay business and the opportunity, the growth. Mary Kay has been doing so much better. And if you're doing the Zoom, this is amazing. I can talk to you guys, and you're not even in the U.S. That's amazing. And I can meet you from the comfort of my house, right? Um, so. What? Okay. Sorry, I have three kids. So, anyways, my husband, just to kind of tell y'all, close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door. I'm so sorry. My husband works in California, and he only comes home on the weekend, but this weekend he's not here yet. Give me 1 second.
That's okay, Kristina. That's what we do in Mary Kay, isn't it? We blend everything together.
Oh, bless.
You just have to blend. So we're cool.
Debbie.
Okay,
That's the joy of working from home.
Yeah.
so anyways,
to be a mother.
Yeah. So oh Lord. But anyways, so I am. So my name is Kristina DeLaTorre, and I've been in Mary Kay for 14 years. The first.
How do I say hello, Sister Moji?
Okay, I'm going to remove. Yeah. 1 second. Sorry. I'm going to try and mute that person. Sorry, Kristina.
Okay.
I'm just trying to look for. I'll mute everyone. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Just mute everyone.
Okay. So anyways, the first 10 years, I literally just joined just to get the product. I was 24 years old. I'm about to be 38 years old. So I was 24 years old, and my mother kept telling me, you need to take care of your skin. You need to take care of your skin. At the time, I was using my my body lotion on my face and my body scrub on my face. I wasn't using anything. And she said, you're going to listen to me later. She was like, you're going to be suffering the consequences. So at that time, I was in college. And I only used Lancome, Estee Lauder, and MAC, okay? And I was more like a Lancome, Estee Lauder, more high-end, and so I didn't have any kids, and of course I could afford a $38 liquid eyeliner, right? And so finally, I went to the Estee Lauder in the Galleria, Houston Galleria, and I said, I need to get me some skincare. I don't know what I need, but just tell me what do I need, right? By the time they quoted me everything, it was over $500. And I was like, $500? I'm not paying that. And I was in college. So I said no. So I walked away. And then about, I think I was like, I don't know, maybe some months later, at that time, my husband now, at that time, my boyfriend, I met him. And then one day he took me to his mother's house. So my mother-in-law is Nigerian, and took me to her house. And it was on a Saturday that I was over there, and someone knocked on the door, and it was UPS, and they delivered 12 boxes of 12 Mary Kay boxes. And I was looking like, oh my God, what is this? And he said, oh, don't mind my mom. She's like a big time Mary Kay director. She has like she's had like 12 Mary Kay free cars, and she's like big time or whatever, and she's a pharmacist. And I said, okay, cool. So I'm there and I'm meeting her, and then she said, what do you use for skincare, and what do you use for makeup? And I said, oh, I only use Estee Lauder, Lancome, and MAC. And see, honestly, I thought, and forgive me, right? Because I know a lot of people think this, but how many of y'all think that Mary Kay is for old ladies, right? I thought it was for old people. And so I didn't want to be mean because I was trying to impress her. So I didn't want to tell her that. So I was like, I don't really use Mary Kay. I use Estee Lauder, whatever. And she said, she said, this is my inventory. You can go to the inventory. I'll let you open it. And she said, you can have whatever you want. And she said, whatever you want, just pick. So I was being conservative, and I grabbed like an eyeshadow, I think a lip gloss or something. And she said, that's all you're going to get? And I said, yeah, that's it. So she said, you're not going to get skincare, a roller bag, makeup, this, mascara, eye makeup remover. She gave me a ton of stuff. And so 2 weeks later, I saw her again. And then she said, how did you like your Mary Kay? And I was so impressed. Like the makeup was the same quality as what I was using. And what I was using was 3 times more the cost, right? And then the skincare was so amazing. And I just loved it. And I was like, oh my God, I said, I love it. It's like great product. And she said, great, now sign right here. You're about to become a consultant. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And she was like, oh, you're just going to be a Mary Kay consultant and you can sell or you can buy for your personal use. And I said, okay, well, how much is that? She said, it's $100, but it's going to be my gift to you. So I said, okay, cool. So I joined Mary Kay, and literally for the first 10 years, every 3 months, I would place an order and I would call my mother and I would say, hey, do you want some product? We're going to get our discount. And so that's what I did with Mary Kay. Then finally, I think my mother-in-law did this on purpose. Every month she would get a pink Mary Kay check. So her commission always came in a pink check. And I think she did it on purpose because, like, who does a pink check? Like, I get it direct deposited, or I get it like, you know, on my ProPay card or whatever. And she was getting like a big, long, beautiful pink check. And then she would show it to me every month. And she said, this is my commission. And it was $10,000 every month. And then I said, oh my God, this is how much you make and you're a pharmacist? And she was like, yeah. So just so you know, I'm an accountant, right? And I am the director of finance and administration for actually the oldest law firm in the city of Houston, in downtown Houston. And what that means is that I manage the entire firm. I manage all the shareholders. I'm over HR, over accounting. I have 25 attorneys. I have 50 employees. I have a very, very, very demanding job. It's so demanding. And so I basically argue with the shareholders and tell them what's ethical and not ethical. And they should already know this because they're lawyers, but you know how lawyers are, right? So anyways, after seeing this $10,000 pink check, I finally, we had our first baby, and I just wanted the best for her. And so I put her in one of the best daycares, was paying a lot of money for that. And, you know, even though my career is very successful and I get paid really, really well, I still wanted more, right? So one day I went to my mother-in-law and I said, I want to be a Mary Kay director. And she said, a Mary Kay director? She was like, no, you can't be a Mary Kay director. And I said, why not? And I think she did that on purpose too. Everything that she did with me, I think she did it purposely, because it was like she was challenging me, because she said I couldn't, I wasn't good enough to be a director. And I was like, what do you mean I can't be a director? I can be a director. I'm going to be a director. And she was like, no, I don't think it's for you. And I was like, no, it is for me, because I consider myself a very hard worker. So I said, what do I need to do? And she said, okay, well, put on your black suit, put on a white shirt, make sure you have pantyhose on, closed-toe shoes and everything. And she said, I'm going to send you to our senior director's meeting. Her name is Tessie Wachuku. And so I said, okay. So I came back to her house, and then she looked at my outfit. She said, okay, you're good to go. And she sent me to the meeting. So I went to the meeting, I walked in, and I'm a very strong D personality. I'm not a high C. I don't get excited over prizes. I don't get excited over stuff. Like when Miss Tessie tells me, sweetie, you can earn this ring and it has so many diamonds. Look how beautiful it is. The first thing I say is, how much is the cash value? Because I want the cash. Like, I don't care for the ring. And she's always like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm an accountant. I want the money, right? And I don't care about the other stuff. And so I walked into the meeting, and these women were so excited. They were like screaming. They were like cuckoo. Like, they were like screaming and hollering and so full of joy. And I just wanted them to sit down and relax. And I was like, so if you've ever been to a Mary Kay meeting, they're just screaming and hollering. And I just thought it was crazy. And I was just like, what's wrong with these people? But if you've joined now because of that through pandemic, you haven't experienced that. But when you go to an actual meeting, like, they scream about everything. Like, you walk in and they scream, ha! And I'm like, oh my God, calm down, right? So, I mean, literally it's, so I just thought it was too much. So I never went back. I left and I never went back, right? And then finally, things started to hit me, you know, financial stuff. And then I think like 4 or 6 months later or something, I went back to my mother-in-law and I said, I want to become a Mary Kay director. And at this point, she looked at me like, no, ma'am, because she felt like she sent me to that meeting. I never went back. So there was no way she was going to send me again, right? So then she said, no, we're not doing this. And then I said, that's okay, I'm gonna go anyway, because I already knew where the place was at. I knew when the meeting was. So I put on my suit and I went to her house. I said, this is my suit. I'm going to the meeting. I'll be back. And then she said, okay. So I went to the meeting. It was in December. There was 2 months left in December. And Miss Tessie told me that at that time we had to have 10 people qualified for me to go into DIQ. And she said, but there's only 2 weeks in the month of 2 weeks left. She said, do you think you can do it? And I said, well, tell me what I need to do. And she said, well, you need 10 people. They need to be qualified. So I wrote 1 through 10, and I wrote down all the 10 people that I thought I could recruit. So 2 weeks later, I came back and I said, I'm done. And she said, you're done. And I said, yeah. I said, all 10 of them are in the system. They're all qualified. They all placed their order and everything. She said, all of them? And I said, yeah, all of them. And she said, shut the front door. And I said, I'm done. What do I need to do? So then I put in my DIQ letter. 3 months later, I became a director. On the 4th month, I earned my first Mary Kay car. And let me tell you, I was driving. First of all, that was another conversation that I had to have with my husband, because I was driving Range Rover, okay? I had a very nice Range Rover and everything. And the first car is a Chevy Cruze. At that time was a Chevy Cruze. And he said, wait, you're gonna turn in the Range Rover and you're gonna get a what? A Chevy Cruze? And I said, yeah, that's what I'm gonna get. And he was like, why? And I said, because it's a free car. And he said, we're not going to be driving Chevy Cruze. I'm sorry. And I said, no, it's okay. I'm going to get the Chevy Cruze and I'm going to work my way up to pink Cadillac. He said, I'm not driving a pink car either. And I said, no, it's okay. I was like, and guess what? And if I don't want it, I can just take the cash. And he was like, well, why don't you get the car first? Why don't you earn the pink Cadillac, get the cash, and then we'll talk about it. And I said, no. I'm going to do this because this is going to push me to move up. Okay. So I turned in the Range Rover, I sold it and everything. I took the Chevy Cruze. My Range Rover was like $80 in gas, like every week. And my Chevy Cruze was like $20 every week. And that's what made me happy. And I was excited about that. And he was like, are you kidding me? But nonetheless, I did it anyway. And I guess the point, what I can tell you is this. I'm very, very successful in my career. I'm not going to lie to you. I make $150,000 in salary. Okay. So people ask, like, why do you do this? Like, well, you don't even have to. No, I don't have to. But my kids are in private school. I have a 9-year-old. My son is actually 3. He's turning 4 next month. My baby just turned 1 last month. And my kids are in private school, and I'm able to do that and still pay for a pretty nice mortgage, right? And now I have an Escalade, so I have luxury type of stuff in my life, but I'm able to do that. Yes, I have a salary, but I also have Mary Kay that allows me to do that extra stuff that I can do, especially during these hard times, right? Now I'm able to, I have a live-in nanny because I have 3 kids. And I mean, Lord, when you go from 2 to 3, it's like, oh my gosh, how do you survive? And so I was able to get a nanny right before the pandemic. And it's been a blessing because at the end of the day, he works in California. He only comes home on the weekend and he hasn't even made it home yet. So you better hurry up. But what I'm saying is, Mary Kay will give you that financial ability to do that extra stuff for your family. So just sit down and figure out what is it that you want. I'm actually working with my unit now. So we're the Pink, Posh, and Sassy unit. And what we're doing is I'm doing tracking boards. And I want everybody to track. If you're serious and you want, what is your goal? What is it that you want to do? Where is it that you want to get to? So maybe you want to pay college tuition for your child. Maybe you want to buy a house. Maybe you want a certain vehicle. Maybe you want the pink Cadillac. Whatever your goal is, do that and put it on your board and put it on the wall and just look at it every day and track yourself. But not only that, how is it that you're going to get there? How many red jackets? How many recruits per month? How much do you have to sell monthly, weekly, daily? Okay. If you just say, I have to sell 1,800 a month, how much is that weekly? How much is that daily? Because if every day you have to sell $30 worth of products and you didn't sell in one day, the next day you better be selling $60, right? So you better make up for it, but track it and cross it out and write it down. I asked the consultant the other day, I said, do you have an agenda? Do you have a planner? She said, no, I don't. And I said, so how are you keeping up with everything? A lot of people, you think that you can use your phone, and yes, your phone is very, very handy, especially for alerts and for alarms and this and that and reminders, but it's nothing better than actually looking at it on a planner, on an agenda. Look at it, cross it out, follow up, right? And so what I can tell you is, I know people all the time have excuses, and there's excuses, and there's things that come into your life that kind of make it hard for you. Like there's walls that come up, right? And so that's life, right? But if you have that goal in mind and you know that no matter what comes your way, that you're going to get to that goal and you're going to obtain that goal, you keep moving. So people ask me like, okay, you work full time, you have 3 kids, your husband's never home, and you're a Mary Kay director. How do you do it? And I just said, I don't even think about it. I just do it. Like, I know that I'm a director. I know that my unit needs me. I know that I'm going to hold a meeting. That's why I have a schedule. I know that I'm going to have a meeting at this day, at this time. And even if people are like busy and no one comes and it's just 1 person, 2 people, it doesn't matter. Because guess what? You and that one person are going to move up. And that 1 person is going to bring more people. So when I first started having my first meetings, I told Miss Tessie, I said, it's only 1 person coming, and now it's 2. And she said, and you're complaining because you have 2 people? She said, what if you had nobody? And she said, what if it was just you? And I said, well, I guess that's right. I'd be talking to myself, right? She's like, and you're complaining? And I said, okay, you're right. So that 1 person, those 2 people, they can bring people, right? You bring people. When you're telling your people to bring people and you're not bringing people, you're not being a leader. So a lot of times there's so much that I've learned in Mary Kay because I'm such a deep personality. I'm so used to being at a law firm that if you don't work, I warn you. And then if you still don't work, I fire you, right? When I came into Mary Kay, I thought I could do the same thing with my consultants. I tell you to do something, you don't do it, I'm not dealing with you anymore. And Miss Tessie said, you can't do that. And I said, why not? I said, they're lazy. They don't want to work. They make excuses. And she said, I know, but these are not your employees. And I said, but how do you tell me that you're broke, but you don't want to work? How do you tell me that you're broke? You can't pay a light bill, but you don't come to a meeting so I can help you. I like these things. And so she said, it's everybody's timing. Everyone's time is different. Just like it took you 10 years to figure out that you wanted to be a director, just like it took you, so everyone is different. Just like I send samples to like, let me tell you, oh my God, I can tell you so many stories. I send like potential customers, I send them samples. They'll message me all the way through me sending it off. They're going back and forth with me. Oh, I have oily skin. I have this. I have blackheads. I have this. And they're excited about what I'm going to send them. And then as soon as they get the product, I try to invite them to a Zoom meeting and I can't even get them to respond. And I'm like, wow, really? And so she says, sweetie, maybe they're going through something. And I said, what? They're stuck at home. They're not going anywhere. And she said, it doesn't matter. What if their husband got laid off? What if they don't have money? What if they don't have this? What if the baby is sick? What if they have coronavirus? And I said, well, can they at least tell me? They said, and who are you to them? I said, okay. So the thing is, you have to be mindful of those type of things. Just keep a note of, like, so now what I learned to do is, the people that I send samples to, if they don't respond back to me, I just put them on the list to follow up within a few days. They still don't respond, a week. They still don't respond, give them a couple weeks. They still don't respond, give them a month. And believe it or not, I had a lady, she was supposed to place an order. She didn't respond to me. And finally a month later, she responded. And I said, where you been this whole time? And she was like, I've been so busy. I went back to work. And here I thought she was ignoring me. So what I'm saying is you can't fire your customers, you can't fire your consultants, and then let me tell you, sometimes I know some of y'all just want to call people, you just want to call somebody and you just want to make a sale. You just want that quick money, right? But it takes work. I had to learn that it takes connection, right? So everybody has issues. Everybody has situations in life. Some people need to vent. And so, and you'll see that a lot of women, they just want to connect with you. And when you connect with people, that you're building a relationship, and now they trust you. They trust you as a friend. They trust you as a Mary Kay consultant, and then as a Mary Kay director, because as you get to know them and you're servicing them, they start to really like you and they really consider you like family. And next thing you know, they come into your unit, and you already got to know them. I have people that I sold to Mary Kay. I sold them Mary Kay for like 4 years, and I finally said, when are you gonna make money off of this? You're allowing me to make money off of you. But the thing is, at the end of the day, is don't make excuses, right? People say, I have people tell me all the time, I don't have time. I have a job. I have 2 jobs. I have kids. I have this. I have that. I'm a single mom. Look, I can relate to anybody, right? So I tell people, before you give me your excuses, let me tell you my life. And once I tell you my life, if you feel like your life is harder than mine, then I will listen to you. But if your life is not harder than mine, then let's just save the time and let's talk about making money. And so that's when I tell them, like, even though you see me, I'm married, I am married, but I'm really married on the weekend because he's away Monday through Friday, right? And I still have 3 kids, so I'm still a single mother. I have 2 jobs. And so, you know, I do have a lot on my plate. But the way I get it done is I don't think about it. I just do it. I make it work and I do it, right? And so that's all I can tell you. The other thing is this: respect your hustle, respect your business, respect your Mary Kay. When you go to work for somebody and you have to work 8 to 5, you're there at 8 o'clock. You're there. You're punching in at 8 o'clock. You're not late. And if you're late, you're getting in trouble, right? So when you work your Mary Kay business, why are you waking up at 12 noon? Why are you waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning? Why are you waking up at 11 o'clock in the morning? Saying, oh, I'm about to do some Mary Kay call. No, why aren't you up at 7 o'clock in the morning? And if you're going to exercise, that's the other thing. Start exercising. Take care of your health. Take care of yourself. Your image is so important. Wake up early in the morning and do a little bit of exercise, even if it's walking around, even if it's jogging in the living room. Let me tell you what I do every morning. I wake up every morning at 6:30 in the morning and I go running. I go for a run from basically a mile, 2 miles. I mean, I haven't got to 3 miles yet, right? But I've done it before. I've done 5 miles before. But, you know, during the time that I was breastfeeding my baby, I stopped breastfeeding her at 10 months. I made sure I focused on my baby. And then finally, when I stopped breastfeeding, that's when I started working out. Because I said, this is my 3rd baby. I don't care about anything else. I'm going to focus on breastfeeding. So I didn't want me exercising too much to affect my breastfeeding, right? So I finally started working out. I run every morning. I get up and I run. And then after that, I come into my living room. I turn on the YouTube and I just type home workout, any workout video, and I do it in my living room while my kids are sleeping. And then after that, then I get my day started. Now I have my Bible literally on my desk and I read something from the Bible because I also, not only is it my energy and my health, I want my spiritual being, I want myself to be in a good state of mind, right? Especially now that you can't even go to church, I want to listen to something. I want some positivity in my head, and I can't have negativity. I can't deal with it. I just can't. Now you're going to get negativity, right? Whether it's a consultant, whether it's your significant other, whether it's your family member, whether it's a friend, but I just don't entertain it. I don't have time. Other thing is people tell me I don't have time, and I say, do you watch TV? Because I don't watch TV. What are you watching on TV? Housewives of Atlanta, this and that. What? No, I am not. Anytime, if I watch TV, I feel like I'm wasting my time. It is not making me money. So I tell people, this is how I'm able to get stuff done. And when people ask me, well, have you ever watched that? I don't watch TV. I don't watch that. I don't watch TV. That doesn't make me money. So no, I don't focus on that. My only free time that I have, I focus on my kids and my family. My kids say, Mommy, you work so much. I do, baby, but I'm here. I'm here right now. I'm here and I'm able to see my kids. But if I do have free time, I'm going outside with my kids. We're going for a bike ride. We're playing a game. I played the little headband game the other day where you put a little card and they have to guess what it is on their head. And those are the things I do with my kids, or do puzzles. But instead of watching TV, I'm spending time, the little time that I do have, I spend it with my children and my family. Does that make sense? So you need to prioritize your schedule. Prioritize your schedule. Make sure, work out for yourself, for your image, so that you can feel better. Because when you work out, you feel so energized and you feel good. And then you get pumped up and your stamina keeps going up and you're more energized and you want to do it more and more. And then you start to see results and you're like, man, I feel good and I look good. Yeah, you look good. And people start to notice it. And when people, let me tell you another thing. Your friends and your family, they probably aren't supporting you, and they're not going to support you. Let me tell you, I have like 15 girlfriends. If y'all see them, it takes them a whole hour to put on makeup. They put so much makeup, they cake it on, and they look fabulous. They look amazing, amazing. Ask me, have they bought one lip gloss or one lipstick or one eyeliner from me? Never. And they know I'm a Mary Kay director, but I don't care. It doesn't matter to me because they're still my friends. I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to dislike you because you don't support me. I'm just going to show you. So let me tell you, when I earned that Mary Kay card, some of my friends were calling me, and I was so busy because I was dealing with my unit, and I was so busy, and they were calling me, and I'm like, because I put it on social media that I earned my card. And so finally my friend said, are you ignoring me? And I said, no, girl, I'm busy. What do you need? And she said, I saw you earned your card. How did you do it? The same person that I was trying to get into Mary Kay, now you want to ask me how I did it. So what I'm telling you is, look good, feel good, read something spiritual, something that's going to make you feel good, and inside and out, right? And then show people. So your image is everything. When you look good and you appear the way you need to be, and you present yourself in that type of way, you get respect, and people start coming around. You don't have to beg for that. I just do it. I do, and I know what there is. Let me tell you, none of my circle, nobody, they know not to fool with me, because when it comes to me, I'm about my business. And so I don't have to ask anybody for anything, because at the end of the day, I got this. I do. And then let me tell you something else. Social media is nothing but it's like a movie, okay? I had a very hard time before pandemic. I had a very hard time. Miss Tessie would say, "You're so beautiful. You have so much potential. Why don't you get on Facebook and do a live video?" And I said, "Miss Tessie, I hate social media. I know that I'm not an old person, but I just hate it. I'm very old school when it comes to that. I don't post my children. I don't post my family. I don't post any of that. That's just not me. I'm very private. All you need to know is that there's a beautiful picture of me, Mary Kay, and that I'm doing great, and I'm blessed, and I am happy. That's all you need to know. Paint a beautiful picture to the public. They don't need to know anything else. You could be struggling. You could be arguing with your husband every day, but I love my husband on social media. You don't have to your friends. You don't have to tell them anything. Paint that beautiful picture. You're happy. That's it. And I learned that from my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law she's very big on that. And so when she told me I needed to go on social media, I was like, what? So let me tell you, when pandemic hit and I couldn't have skincare parties in person, I said, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Miss Tessie said, you better use that Facebook. So I did my first video, and then I looked at the Facebook Live, the go live button. I think I stared at it for like 10 minutes before I actually hit it. And then I finally did it, because I knew that if I didn't go live and if I just recorded it, I was never gonna post it. So I hit the live button, and I don't watch my videos. I didn't want to watch them, because I knew that if I watched them, I was going to delete them. But I will tell you that I have gotten better. I've gotten more confident. So just like Antonia says, this business will give you confidence. Let me tell you, I'm so confident. I don't lack confidence. I argue with lawyers all day, every day. They tell me, man, you should have been a lawyer. You should have been a litigator. You should be in court, because I'm not scared to argue with anybody. But social media was so scary to me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But once I started doing it, let me tell you, and then the money started rolling in sales, I said, I'm scared of what? In my first week, I made $1,000 in sales off of videos. My second week was like $900. My third week, I didn't even make videos because I was so busy with my job, but I still made $600 because of the old videos that people were watching. And I was getting like 600 views, 700 views. And I was like, oh my God. So now anytime, like, let me tell you, the other day I said, oh my God, I need some new running shoes. But these running shoes that my husband says that I need are $180, $180. Please, I went and did a video. I'm gonna do a video to pay for these shoes. I'm not taking that out of my other money. No. And so what I'm saying is, I know that some of y'all feel like I've never done that. I don't want to do that. I had a assistant director. She came to my house and she said, I'm not doing that. So you know what I did? Sometimes you have to help people. If it's your sister, if it's your consultant, if it's your sister director, and they're not doing what you're doing, and you know that it works, just help them a little bit. Just pull them through. I went to her house and I showed up at her house and I said, we're doing a video. And she said, we're doing what? I said, we're doing a video. We did a video. She made, and for that one video, she made $300 something in sales. And then after that, she's doing her own videos. I don't even have to come to her house anymore. Because once you get a taste of it, then you realize this is where the money is. And this is the new way of doing Mary Kay. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not going back to meeting people in person. Because every time I met people in person, I had to book a babysitter on the weekend because I don't have a nanny on the weekend. Babysitter had to come on the weekend. I had to leave at 1 o'clock. I had to make sure I was back by 4 o'clock because if not, she's charging me hourly. I didn't want to pay for that. And I'm ripping and running. And it was so stressful. And then pulling my bags and everything, I just said no. And now I'm doing it through Zoom and I'm reaching out to people all over the world. I'm not going back to the old way. But all I can tell you is work out, even if it's a walk. I got pregnant women who are like, you know, there's women who are pregnant and they're like, hey, can I work out? Yeah, you can do a walk. You can do a fast walk. You can stretch. You're going to need all of that when you go into labor. Let me tell you, right? So you work out. focus on your image. Your image is everything. When I joined Mary Kay, I didn't even wear much makeup. I wore a little bit of lip gloss and this, you know, whatever I bought from Estee Lauder, and I bought that liquid eyeliner. I never wore foundation. I never even used brushes. I never wore under eye corrector or concealer. Never. And I still don't wear concealer. I do the under eye corrector. But Miss Tessie said to me, "You don't use what? You don't use CC cream? You don't use brushes?" I use that little applicator. She said, "Let me tell you something. You better start using these products, because how are you going to sell the products if you don't know what they're like?" So now, you best believe I use everything. I use everything. And I don't know if y'all seen that emoji when you come into Mary Kay, you look very plain. A little bit into Mary Kay, you have like lipstick on. Then you're fully into Mary Kay, you got lashes and lipstick on. That's what I'm talking about, right? So you learn. But at the end of the day, our bread and butter is what? Skincare, right? It is skincare. But the other thing is, if you want to make real money, you need to build a unit. And it's not even just about building a unit. It's about actually sharing this opportunity with other people. I've met people. I had this lady, this consultant, who called me, and she called me crying. When I met her, first of all, she has no social. She can't legally work in the US, right? She has kids. And I offered her the opportunity. She said, by the time I work, if I do work, I have to pay for daycare. And I'm basically paying for daycare. And so I said, you know what? You can join Mary Kay and you can have skincare parties from your house. This is before pandemic. She was having all her skincare parties from her house, and she was getting referrals, and she was flipping them. And she was basically, you get referrals, because especially these people who say, I don't know anybody, that's great. Do you know one person? Just one person, because you're not stuck. You're not in the closet all day, every day, staring at all four walls. You know at least one person. If that one person can give you 2 referrals, or even just 1 referral, then that one person will refer you to other people. So those people who say, I don't like talking to people, those people who say, I'm not social, those people who say, I don't have friends, those people who say, I don't like women, that's fine. That's the type of person. I need you. I need you. Those people who say that I don't sell, I don't need you to sell. I need you to connect. I need you to be a woman. I need you to have a heart. I need you to believe in God first, family second, career third. That's what I need you to do. And I need you to also want to do better for yourself and for your family. Do you have goals in life, or do you want to continue doing what you're doing for the rest of your life? Do you not need extra money? If you can sit here and tell me that you don't need extra money, then okay, I don't need to talk to you. But what person is going to sit here and tell you that they don't want extra money? Nobody's going to tell you that, right? So a person who says, I don't know anybody, do you know one person? Great, let's call that one person. Let's invite that one person to a Zoom facial. Let's make that person feel special. What if that person maybe that person doesn't want to join Mary Kay, but maybe that person is depressed, and maybe that person needs to feel special. Maybe they just need that one day of attention, just you and them. Maybe you have helped that one person, and then now she feels like now she can connect with you. Now she's either a really good customer, or she's going to be a really good consultant, or she's maybe just going to do it for personal use. You don't know, right? But what I'm saying is, people know people, right? If you don't know someone, you know at least somebody that knows somebody else. And then that one person can lead you to something else or somebody else, right? And maybe you don't recruit that person, but maybe the people that they know, they need money, and they want to be recruited. They want to come into this business, right? So what I'm saying is, there's no excuse. There really isn't. The lady that I brought in, who told me she didn't have a social, she called me crying because she said, I want to thank you so much. She said, because for the first time, I was able to give my husband $600 to help contribute to bills. I've never been able to do that. And I never left my house. And I had my kids in my house. I never left. I was here. I didn't have to drop them off at daycare. And she thanked me for that. So Mary Kay is not just about making money. It's not just about cars. It's not just about the career. It's also about enriching other women's lives and helping them and helping them become a better person, right? And giving them that opportunity. You never know what somebody is going through. Maybe you are that person that's going to save them and bring them from whatever they're in that's hurting them, right? Or maybe it's just a friendship. Maybe it's just a connection. Maybe they're a housewife with 5 kids. They don't see anybody but their husband. They argue all the time, and connecting with you on Zoom is the highlight of their life, right? So you just never know. So my thing is, exercise, right? Work on your image. Make sure you always look up to speed, because if I come to you and I talk to you about Mary Kay and I don't look up to par, who is going to want to come with me? Nobody, right? So work on that. Also, don't make excuses. When you go to work, you work 8 to 5, 8 to 6, 9 to 6, whatever it is that you work, and you're there and you take a 1-hour lunch. So let me tell you what you need to do. You need to make sure that you're clocking into Mary Kay and you're working. Even and if you work a full-time job like I do, when I have my lunch break, I clock out for lunch. When I was in the office, I would leave my office so the shareholders would leave me alone. I would go sit in my car for 1 hour or 30 minutes or whatever it is, and I would make my calls and I would book my Zoom meetings, my facials, whatever. I would book it. And if not, I would call my consultants. How are you doing? And I would check up on my consultants. I would not stay in the office. So use that time. On my way to work, I'm calling people. When I get off of work, because I'm already commuting and I'm in traffic, I'm calling people. Take advantage of that. Okay? So I hope this has helped y'all. My time is up. Just all I can say is stay focused. Don't lose your focus, and just know that people are counting on you. Okay, and always, 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 always put God first, family second, career third, and always pray about everything. Okay.
Thank you so much. You are so awesome, Miss Kristina. You are so awesome. What can I say? You've actually spoken to my heart today. And I believe a lot of consultant guests, they have actually connected with one thing or the other today. Yeah, it's just amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And so we are going to be taking questions now, because I'm sure some people are so excited now, like they're like, wow, this woman has challenged me today. Please ask your questions. You might have one or two things. She's actually covered a lot of things, so we're not going to do the frequently asked questions, because she's actually covered all those questions, all those questions that people normally have, like, okay, is this I don't have time, I don't have this, but if you still have any questions, please either put it in the chat box now, or just unmute yourself and let's ask Kristina some questions, please. Do you have any questions? Anyone has any questions? Please unmute yourself if you have any questions before we round up. You can just unmute and then you ask your questions.
Hi, this is Francelle. Kristina, thank you, girl. Love you. I am also a consultant of Tess from the US. Hi, girl. Thank you so much for that advice. Love you, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for coming and joining us today.
Hi, Kristina. It's Limitless Loretta from the UK. I just want to say, wow, you are awesome. I mean, I was just so excited, like jumping on my seat, like, yes, that's what we're talking about. Girl, you got fire. You got fire. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Limitless. You see, that's what Kristina was talking about. Those excited consultant. Yeah. That's what we do.
I'm getting a question about my videos. If you want to follow me, on Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook so you can see my videos. I'll put my name on the chat box that I have in the on my Facebook, and I'm also working on doing them on Instagram. I haven't done Instagram yet, but that's my name on Facebook, and then on Instagram, this is my name.
Thank you, Kristina.
Hi, Kristina.
Yes, Instagram. Yeah.
Sorry, just hi, Kristina.
Excellent.
Thank you for your time, Kristina. Thank you so much. We have some guests on the. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We have some guests on. I would just like Kristina just to so adorable, beautiful girl. Oh. I would just like Kristina to say a word, to give our guests just a word of encouragement.
Well, to our guests, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming today. First of all I can say is you are very, very lucky to be invited today, because if someone invited you today, that's because they saw something and they see something in you, okay? They see some potential in you. They see that obviously that you can actually do this business. Anybody can do this business as long as you put your heart into it. Remember what I told you, it's all about your goals. Don't make any excuses. Just try it out, because I would tell you, even if you listen to a lot of the directors, they always say, At first, when I said, Mary Kay, you mean I'm going to sell lipstick? I'm going to sell skincare? It's more than that. It's way more than that. Just give yourself the opportunity. Give your family the opportunity. And I promise you, it's everything that Antonia said. It's sisterly love. It's the friendships, the relationships, the love, the financial freedom, also the confidence. You become so confident. And especially those of you that are very, very shy and that don't consider yourself a salesperson, you become so confident and so successful. So give yourself that opportunity.
Thank you very much, Kristina. Thank you for that encouragement. Yes, thank you, Sales Director Moji. So there's no question. No one has any question for Kristina before we go. Does anyone have questions before we just close? I'm going to give out the password. Yes.
I got a question, please.
Please, go ahead. What's your name, please? Hello?
It's muted again. It's Galaxy A8.
Please unmute yourself again and ask the question, please.
Galaxy A8.
Mistakenly unmuted yourself. Unmuted yourself.
No, je veux unmute. Yeah.
Go on, please. Please mention your name and ask question.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Mrs. Sekedi. I speak French. Do you speak French? Good afternoon.
No, I don't speak French. I speak Spanish.
All right. We will try in English then.
Okay.
I took French classes when I was in high school. So I know a few things, but not enough. My teacher always used to say to me, "Je n'ai pas anglais."
Oh, c'est bien, c'est très bien. Okay, I don't have a question, but I would like to be a little bit, if you can tell me, because when I was listening to you, sometimes when you go to the customer, you're talking to the customer, sometimes it's like you are annoying them and you don't want to be annoying people, so you leave them. You will explain your product to them, but you can't force the customer to buy the product or to follow what you're telling them. So by listening to you earlier, you were saying, and sometimes when somebody does that, it's like somebody maybe is not making effort to follow what you're saying, but at the same time, you don't want to be too much on the customer. You want to give the choice to the customer to choose whatever is fit the customer, isn't it?
Okay, so a lot of times, let me tell you, those people that don't want to buy from me, those are very, very easy recruits for me. The person never, it's not that they don't want to buy from you because they don't like the product. There is no one that doesn't love the product. The product is amazing. So in your head, you need to know it's not the product. They just don't have the finances to buy it. And so I love those type of customers. The customers that I know that they enjoy their facial, they love the product, but they don't buy, automatically in my head, I already know what the product is. They don't have the money. So guess what I do? I recruit them. I recruit them because it's not that they don't like the product, they just don't have the money. They need financial help. And some people won't tell you that they're broke and that they don't have money. They're not going to tell you that. But I promise you, anybody who doesn't buy from me, I already know in my head, this person needs money. They need a second hustle. They need some type of financial help. And I recruit them every single time. I don't let those, I love those type because those are easy recruits for me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kristina. Thank you very much for that question. Thank you. And then Ayo Oluwatomi has a question. She's got her hands up.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly.
Okay. My name is Tommy from Spain. Thanks to Kristina for the information and the stories that you shared with us. It has really motivated me. And my friend invited me for this Zoom meeting, and I wasn't expecting so much information, but I'm glad that I really joined. So a MBA student here in Spain, and I'm just about to complete my MBA. And I feel that I might need a second also. And I'm very interested in skincare, and I feel like this is perfect for me. So I would like to know the basic steps to take to start, and I would love to join the family.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
You're not gonna regret it.
Well done.
Let me tell y'all something. You're not gonna regret it, but let me tell you something. And it took me a while to learn this. When you come into this business, make sure that you learn. Make sure you watch those videos. Those Mary Kay videos that we have. Make sure that you watch those videos and you learn how to work the Mary Kay business. Mary Kay has been around for a very long time, and it's already set up for you. Use every tool that we have. Everything. Even the weekly accomplishments, everything, just use it. And if you use the tools that you have, it'll work for you. When I came into Mary Kay, I was just selling, and that's it. I wasn't using my customers. Y'all have my customers, right?
Yeah, yeah, we do online, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I wasn't using my customers. Let me tell you, now I log all my stuff into my customers. When I make a purchase, I don't even write a receipt anymore. It goes straight to my customers. And when I put it in my customers, it goes it automatically goes into your weekly accomplishment sheets. But it tells you what you're doing and how you're doing it. And not only that, you set up the 2-2-2 rule on my customers. So every morning I log in and I go straight to my action items, and it tells me what people I need to follow up with 2 days later, 2 weeks later, and 2 months later for your customers, right? So your reorders. So just use the tools. And then those videos to get color confident and skin confident, watch the videos. I thought I knew everything about skin. I didn't until I watched those videos. They teach you so much. But if you don't use the tools that you have, you will never be as successful as you really want to be. And that's where I started. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So Ayo
Tomide, yes.
Tomide, Ayolua Tomide. So
Yes.
please, Ayolua Tomide, who invited you here today? Whoever invited you will actually give you the steps how you're going to order your starter. So the first step of starting a Mary Kay business is ordering a starter kit. Every one of us ordered a starter kit when we started. Is the first step to success in Mary Kay. Your second step to success, after you get your starter kit, you book your training with your director. And your director arrange how you're going to launch your business online. And then you are going to be earning your starting bonuses, because you got starting bonuses as well. Bonus products that Mary Kay is going to give you. So these are your first steps when you start in your first 2 weeks. So please get back to the person who invited you here today. I hope you'll be able to do that.
I should be able to do that.
Yes, please. I hope you know. Do you know the person that invited you?
It was a reference from a friend of a friend. So I have to.
That's a long way. A friend of a friend. So you probably got a flyer or something like that from a friend, and then a friend passed it on.
I just got a Zoom message on my WhatsApp, and she said you should click on it. It is for you. So I hope so.
Okay.
Well done.
We'll find out what that is. So well done for actually coming. We are in the UK. You are in Spain, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ayo. And I hope you'll be able to get back to the person that actually meant to invite you to the event today. So
yes,
thank you very much, everyone, for coming today. We always like a special password, a gift password. So whoever invited you here today, and you should be able to get back to that person with a password, and should be able to give you a gift for actually attending. And if you want to actually join the family of Mary Kay around the world, that person that invited you as well, after giving your gift, can also immediately help you to sign up. It only takes 10 minutes to buy your starter kit. Like I said, starter kit starts from £49. So it just takes only £49 to actually start this business. And we have 2 choices of starter kits, so you make your choices as well. So thank you everyone for being here today. We really